Mamania, my Yazako, Amania, Apodra, go, my Yazako, Amania, see the power, I say, oh, I know. Apodra, my young and is a apodra. Up the end of the yet, up the yellow, get the yonder. See you, I say, my younger one is in your bar. Yes, sir, oh, my will so just say, oh, I drop, I yes, I die, on the side of your way, my get out of try it forever. Why you pay your play? I'll be on your play. Put that yourself, put that young man, you and say, oh, by some. Do us an in a glass, say, oh, my dear. You should just say, oh, just say, oh, I just say, oh, hey, my yourself, I'm like, what's you looking? I say, oh, like you. This is a special birthday song for that dog. Jawali Jonetta Wele. We say happy birthday to you. Enjoy your new age. The graduate daughter. Not forgetting Shannon Taylor for Chicken Air. We want to remember her late daughter, Yolo Jira Wagner Taylor. Rest well. Not forgetting Brother Tony Wele Patu. Yasina So in Taxi. Mother Teresa Pregnant So in Rhode Island. Yeah, we are trouble. Edward, your birthday, Edward Lusso, Capiade. I say, oh, God, I put it up. I say, oh, I didn't know. I say, oh, I do this, wow, God. Ante Orito So in Rhode Island. I said, my, Ante Helena, Poa, Rhode Island. Uncle Tommy So in Liberia. But yeah, the late Uncle Stanley So. Listen. Says Angie in Rhode Island. Anita Zian, Minnesota. Apogitro, wow, Gladium. Jonetta, well, I did drop wow, or as if I say, oh, your person looking, your person looking, you just say, oh, Gladium. No, I bleed Daniela, not run on the way, you say, get it. Have you in the draw? Alfonso So, many times of Mr. Alfonso So in the US. I know Alfonso So, they could be upwaking. I try to say, what's your boy? Congratulations to Dr. Jawali Jonathan Wele. It is your birthday. I just say, oh, God, you better more like you. A combo, whatever. And where you are, not forgetting the cousins of the celebrant. Anita Zian in Minnesota. Minnesota. Uncle Jerry So, Rhode Island. And some important personality here, right? Not forgetting our late father, Yonis Yan So, rest well, father. Man, better so, rest well. Man, necessary so, listen, we are in a double celebration. Congratulations, it is your graduation and your birthday as well. We say happy birthday, congratulations, our medical director. I want to say many thanks to all of the friends who attended the occasion. Dr. Jawali, extend our thanks and appreciation to you all. We call her Dr. Jawali Jonetta Wele. Gano, what's up? In Blabo, Gano. My in Blabo. In my way, Gano. And in my I found the soul in my yoga. Yes, he was looking at. We are going to test it in the US. I'm going to be there. Celebration.
Hey you, it's time to pack your bags. The world is calling. From the skies above to every corner of the map, explore all 7 continents with journeys designed especially for Europe and Africa. Whether it's a cruise, an all-inclusive resort, a hotel, car rental, theme park getaway, or the perfect excursion, Ayana's Dream Escapes brings the world within reach. Adventures start here. Don't just dream, escape. Book now, visit our site, scan the QR code, or just call today.
Hello listeners, this is Mazola, the lover boy. I'd like to invite you to this exciting program. It is called Dancing for Jesus. It is intended to play beautiful inspirational music to help you turn your life to God. Join me on every Sunday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is our way of showing appreciation to God for the good things He has done for us and continue to do. Don't miss this opportunity. Join Mazola Gizi on every Sunday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the program Dancing for Jesus. Please be there because I will be here to rock it up for you. Do you want to share your events with the world? Why not contact us? We are Liberia Public Radio, LPR. We are the specialists in advertisements, commercials, radio and TV services. We have the professionals that can help you sell your products and provide live coverage of all events such as weddings, conventions, graduations, reunions, anniversaries, sports, birthdays, baby showers, religious activities, funerals, and many more. Take your phone right now and call any of the following numbers: 682-433-8802, 267-648-6089, 484-786-3337, or 916-533-2048. Our customer service representatives are waiting to take your calls and give you the needed assistance. It is LPR, the home of excellent media services and your friends in business.
Good evening. To welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. Thank you for joining us here this evening. Today is Wednesday, and this is your informative news magazine, regular Wednesday editions, all things considered, coming your way right here on the Diaspora Informative News magazine. Thank you for sharing your evening with us. As usual, we will be having a conversation here about our country, and of course, views, opinion will be varies. Will be different, will disagree, agrees with the ultimate goal to have this national conversation to help strengthen our country and have a better society. So we do appreciate, let's welcome the so-called rescue uncle, Clarence Davis is in the house. We say, welcome, Clarence. Going Weirdo is here. My man, Sly from Minnesota. My man, I went down there and see you, but I don't know. Maybe we gotta share number so that way it will be okay. Good to have you, Mr. Slot. Thank you always for your support, for also coming here. Our man Victor went on a leave of absence. No excuse, nothing, but it's good that he back. Vic, how you doing? Good evening. Good to have you. Hope everything is going okay. Do us a favor, just hit the share icon button and we have a conversation here. A lot is happening in our country with different views, depending who you talk to. The excuses, the talking points are various. Everybody have their own say with respect to what is happening. It seems to be deeper and deeper. But today is Wednesday, so at times we have this conversation. It gives you the opportunity to talk your side, some of what is important to you, because we don't say all here, and it's because not that we don't want to say, but because a lot is unfolding. So this Wednesday, is just a suitor one where you can call and be able to speak. Even worker, something now, even I don't know. I need to. It looked like you were more or less pivoting towards the liberal, because now you seem to be protective of the liberal. I don't understand what's going on here. The liberal always try to pin me to be the bad guys, demonize me as if I'm someone who is so much anti. And I don't know, because of the age, you're trying to feel sorry for him. You're moving his direction with his age and all of that. But he's not an old guy. He pretends to be old, but he's not. He is not. So there you go. Great. Good to have that. I love that. I love that. So Yvonne, we need to get back to baseline. You never knew the liberal from anywhere. This liberal is very divisive. He's very polarized. He's a dictator, not me saying here. Those are his own proclamation on this network. He don't just say A, he does it. He act on it. And most of the time, sometimes I go to places, we should know about the pape the weekend. Who the pape? He not pape. He is not pape. He doesn't intend to be retired right now. But we'll see how he look like. Oh, okay. All right. You see, all right. Then we uncle. Because you know what he do? Every time you write down when he finish after the program, that when he calls me and say, hey, you say the people are your people, that's when he can talk tata. But anyway, good to be here. We say good evening. Welcome. Thank you so much for your support, as usual, always. With all you guys, we can do what we're doing here. And so it's always important that we get the views of our people, their opinion as well. That matters a lot, because we can just sit here and talk. It's not the country, it's not ours. We sit here to facilitate, to have this national civil conversation with the hope that electors will be able to make an informed decision, to make a good judgment of what is happening. And this is why we are always here. Thank you so much. Very shortly, the analyst here, all things considered, we intend to activate the hard line. So you will say you're on a Tabata, and I know the rescue uncle is here tonight. Sometimes he differs from with these people, but you know, the simple thing here, when you go to, then he come by, then he try to be here, then he say powerful bullshit. He all helped to make the liberal progressive to do what he's doing. But anyway, Colin, he's my guy, so no baboy for a child. We can't throw them away. So we have this sort of conversation. We say good to have you here. Thank you. Let's take a quick commercial commitment, and I will be right back.
Hey you, it's time to pack your bags. The world is calling. From the skies above to every corner of the map, explore all 7 continents with journeys designed especially for Europe and Africa. Whether it's a cruise, an all-inclusive resort, a hotel, car rental, theme park getaway, or the perfect excursion, Ayana's Dream Escapes brings the world within reach. Adventures start here. Don't just dream, escape. Book now, visit our site, scan the QR code, or just call today.
Things are getting out of hand in Liberia. I'm not too sure why, but from everything that we've been reading, it doesn't look good. it seems like people are just taking matter into their own hands. I'm not too sure. And someone like me, one who supported this government during the campaign heavily here on this LPR platform, we were accused of coming from the southeast and then going all the way to support somebody from the west, from Lofa County. Your crime, man, why are you supporting Lofa County, man? Because I believe in the Lofa County, man. I believe he has the ability to lead us. People still calling me and say and make comments like, what you say now? There was no comparison. The young man who was from the southeast were failing or has failed completely. So when the campaign time came, I lifted his policy and I
The Liberal Progressive, he lifted the policy. When the campaign time came, there was no alternative. He has to do what he's supposed to do. But I'm wondering whether those policies are still being lifted today. That's a different game. So we're going to have all of these conversations. What was then and now, and the difference, obviously, we don't want to see that. We're going to see justifications. We're going to see actions. We're going to see unnecessary comparison. But in this whole thing here, what is the positions of the opposition? How strong is this opposition? Despite all that is ongoing, can they, in any form, able to prosecute real campaign activities against the Unity Party, the Socialists, the Mojad, a combination with the Progressive? Can they execute effective campaign? That's the question. So that's going to be very, very much interesting here. But it seems to me too, the maritime to 2029, people validating themselves to be a potential running mate or to be some sort of kingsmaker is also in the makings. I know most of you heard recently, Samuel Colgart, Senator Samuel Colgart, Nima County is a vote-rich county. Yeah, he weighed in with respect to what is ongoing. And there was, he sounded an alarm to the government or to the president. What is he saying? Which way is he leaning? So I thought he was one of the darling who helped in getting former then Speaker Fanatic Kofa out of the place now. So what is the relation? What's going on now within the Unity Party corridor? At the same time, the Unity Party still strongly believes CDC is a strong opposition force. But are they up to the task? So you heard recently the comment made by now Deputy Speaker, one of the closest, one of the main ally of then President George Weah. Now there's a political split. I mean, he's gone for good. Is he on a mission to recruit folks from the CDC to get them over to the United Party as part of the process to undercut the former ruling party, the Congress for Democratic Change, CDC? We're going to play the comment of Fala here and get your take. Is he the one to execute, to prosecute this case? Can he be used as a tag dog against the CDC? Having been embedded, knows what CDC, the formulations of CDC, knows former President Weah, close ally. He was Weah ally. But what happened? What went wrong? So all of that, we're going to have this into context to have this conference discussion here. Need good to have you here. I mean, Clarence Moses is in. Clarence Moses Mamolo is in the hall. Good evening, Moses. Welcome. And I will try to activate it now. Let me just make sure position the device better so that we can have this here in all. And of course, the national anthem that is ongoing in Liberia, this use of drugs. how damaging it is to the society. What is the recommendation to the government? The drugs issue is a well-organized, grounded operation. So that's something GOL, and not just on the government, but the entire citizenry. Because those who are to wage an effective campaign against these people, allegedly, most of them are already been accused, some are apprehended. So it's like policemen going in the town to arrest people because there was a noise in the town, or going there to bring some sort of civility there. And the police guy joined the party and they began to do the break dance and all of that. So how you think that some sort of arrest going to be made? Absolutely not. He puts the baton aside, he put the gun aside, he put water handcuff aside to get those who might be misbehaving. All of those things are put aside. So the police guy joined the party. So it is concerning to some of us, the light minds, the independent, we who talk it, see it the way we talk it. We are not protected, we are not against, but we just feel that people must do better. It's alarming to see hurricane, top military personnel, decision, policy, law enforcer, top personnel to get involved, accused, even though they have not gone before the court of competent jurisdictions to have that sort of verdict. But what we're seeing is alarming. So how can such a people prosecute the case? Because they are compromised. Potentially they are compromised. They are part of the process. They are being called into aid. So how can they effectively, including one of the higher laws enforcer officers of the land, Gregor Coleman. And I'm disappointed to see what is going on, especially from even in the Senate up to this time, that there is no, you see, that's the difference with a free world. Because you have certain people come out, make certain statement, and they're going scot-free. And when other people make similar statement, they will be called in. Because that was a chilling revelation from Senator Brown of Maryland County. We respect the police vehicle was escorting, or they were acting on the instructions of someone from the higher up. I don't know. You don't know. So if they really want to get to the bottom line, people should be called in to tell more that they know that we don't know, and that you and I need to know about. But for a sitting senator, that he was very vehement, he was very crystal clear. And what happened, the senator's comments has been validated also by the police commissioner, the IG. That was one of the worst, horrible press briefing he ever had. If you did that on a Samuel Doe, you did that on a Charles Taylor, you are not regional, you'll be fired, because you indicted your own government, including yourself, to accuse these people, to say that they are high stakeholder. You know the people. If you know them, bring them up. We're going to have this open-ended conversation here. Joining me from Minneapolis, Minnesota, one of the liberal ally. One day they're kicking out, another day he come by. One day they're pulling away, he come by. And this is what, the liberal is very manipulative. When you see him bang here down, Terry, he's speaking in code. That's a specific language, specific message he's sending there. Take it easy, calm down. These guys want to take your word and they want to treat it. But Terry is joining me this evening, Wednesday evening, beautiful evening here from the East Coast. I'm not sure how it looks like in the Midwest, but hopefully we are hoping that it's beautiful. But he's joining me now from Minneapolis, Minnesota. He is a senior analyst of the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv, a strong supporter of President Joseph Newman Boakai. He's not a UPS boy, he's a friend to the, who don't want to be friends to the president? He's a friend to the president. He's a supporter to the president. And people who are, I don't know, maybe I will ask him to show me the formula, whether there's a specific formula, whether a quadratic equation or simultaneous equation or something else that we need to know how to be friend to the president. Terry is joining me. Terry, good evening. Welcome.
Good evening, Mr. So, and welcome to the audience here.
All right. Today is May week, right?
Exactly.
So we're chilling up here today. When a liberal is not here, you realize we can have a very quiet and peaceful conversation, right? I know you're going to agree with me on that. When he's here, the conversation is always quiet, it's always peaceful, and he's doing everything possibly he can to get you over. What are you there now or not? I don't know. We are Shenketo. I didn't even see the CDC. Oh, Jesus. Here we go. Tell you are sending text?
Not really.
Reverend, a little, I need to.
Yeah, I can kind of lie on the platform. Everybody watching. I'm not sending text. Well, Labor has come.
You see him? So why we ask a question?
I don't know, because the way you say you are sending text, and then I know that something fishy going on because
I don't trust you guys, man. I gotta take my battle alone. Fire is in the house. Are you still fire too?
Nothing gonna change that. Fire Baka, if you don't mind. So thank you for having me.
With the whole drugs thing here, I think there are lots. We need to be digging a lot of things. We need to be talking. I know some of y'all will be uncomfortable. The liberal would never like to talk on that. But anyway, we'll come to that. Gentlemen, good evening. Welcome. This is May Week. And this is All Things Considered, which, of course, is perfectly suited to bring your own talking point, to say what you have in your mind, how you want to speak to your country, whether you want to do it a partisan way, whether you want to be biased as usual, and whether you want to give a bunch of excuses as normal. We have heard, which is not a strange thing. It's up to you, but the future shall judge you if you fail to speak the facts. All right, welcome to the show, guys. Let's have a good conversation. Evelyn, good to have you here. Yvonne said to let you know, when she's writing things, she's not supporting you. Evelyn is not supporting you. Victor Mongo is not your fan. They are come to realize you want to use your age to win people over, so that they will feel sorry for you, Papi. You're not no Papi. You're not Papi today, you're not Papi tomorrow, and there's no any sign of being Papi. But guys, let's have a conversation. Then remember, when my co-host come in, the face of the platform definitely going to shift, just so it can be a surprise that the independent. I don't know what the reaction is going to be. There's a catcher, he went to the CDC convention, say, he only support a guy here, we are here right in Connecticut. He's not able to go there. So they are just backyard talker. Backyard. No, let me, he's just a backyard. He comes.
It's a fly by night situation. Fly by night.
I don't know what kind of that flagaye by night. I mean, come on. So how their own support can be? You support people, the guy, and he just a backyard. He didn't go there. He can't be defending CDC here. Let me hear. But I'm going to be playing some video here because somebody is trying to do the dirty work for Unity Party, and I'm not sure. And that is very crucial. They're not paying attention, but they're going to be used as a secret weapon. We're going to try that, guys. Good to have you. It's 8:38. Time is fast spent. All things considered, first come, first serve. Look, Terry, what news from your town? You want to unmute yourself?
The ship, I know that sedition ship or what, I don't know, but the ship, bro.
I don't know why. So addictive.
But anyway, the examiner, good to see you again, and the labor, the political guru, and to our guests. But yeah, the ship, labor, Mr. So, the ship, I'm just looking at it here right now. They're saying that the government have arrested, it's suspecting. I'm looking at it right now. You know, the news coming out does not look good. You know, 3 persons, including dismissed RIA staff, held over mysterious RB Atlantic vessel. So, you know, and that is, but my thing is, you send military people off to go for the ship.
When
The
it tell
people not able to get in the water or get on boat to arrest the ship. You tell me that the ship veer off and you're not able to chase it. That thing can happen in no other country in the world. Where the military. So you want to tell me we don't have navy in our military also? Our military is it a quasa labor? Is it a I mean, is it a fly by night or military or what? I gotta be very careful because if I want to go like I don't know, but put me somewhere. When they see me, I'll say, no, that not me. That guy you saw on the place, that not him. But yeah, Mr. So the vessel, according to information, they got on the boat. We only saw the journalists videotaping what was going on. We see no nothing. All the drone the people can get. You can use some on the sea for the Liberian people to see what's going on. Like how they put a do in America here, the president they can be sitting down, they see the whole something. Everybody can see what's going on. So we ain't get none of that. Only the journalists were only standing on the show to videotape the military got on the something to go for the ship. Only to find out that they say the ship escaped. How?
So this is where a big question with experience. People said they were experienced. When people say they experience and when they come into play, it must be perfected. People must feel that experience. They must make that difference. But that's what we have. So I mean, you can.
Wow.
The show is about to get interesting.
Oh God.
As I told you, I don't know why he's so, why he's so doing well. The right people have to take their rightful positions by value. This is all things considered, and of course, come down so and you can share your scripture. Dr. Male, good evening. Good to have you.
Yes, thank you, CEO.
They were praying for you not to show up.
Oh, I know.
A man not coming. I say, okay.
Jesus still on his throne.
Okay, so let's hear you. The conversation now is just becoming monotonous. This one thing happening over and one layer after another, one layer after another. We are in a challenging times, though. On a serious note.
So, Mr. So, thank you very much for having us. I want to also say thanks to all the audience that are watching here. I thank you guys. Nakamu, I've not seen you for almost a year. I hope the business you're doing over there in Bon County, I got share in it. Whatever it is, whatever I put money inside, I put money inside, I got share money in there. So, and because you're going for almost 1 year, we see you. So, no, but Mr. So, let me say this here on a very serious note. I want to welcome the audience for real. But Mr. So, there's two things from my own perspective, things that I have observed about the drug issue. I will start with Unity Party first. And that is, I will say this, I said it before, I will say it. President Baka won the election. He didn't win the election because of his popularity. President Baka's vote went up not because of his policy. They have to recognize that. President Baka won the election because of the hate against CDC. The vote was not for President Baka. Most of the vote was against CDC. That's the difference. If Unity Party believe that they're going to now stand and say we won the election, they got another thing coming. President, we are just told recently he's coming back. We'll do all we can as a supporter. If President Baka is seeking re-election, I'm still supporting him. I will do whatever that I have to do. However, nothing is guaranteed. What Unity Party people must understand, and this government must understand, if the president is opening the door for a true investigation, He said no stone will be left unturned. And these people are playing games. They have themselves to be blamed because the vote structure of Unity Party is not stable. They have to know that. Because whatever they think they have a corner.
Is that your headline? Because you're not going to start your Tabataya tonight. So don't.
If you want to cut me off, just say so, and then I'll come back later, whatever it is.
Come back later. I don't have time.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead. This is what I'm going to tell you. This is what I'm going to tell you.
No.
A person with a brilliant
we need space.
Brilliant idea. That idea can never be suppressed. You can put Dr. Mali over me. My idea is superior. My ideas and talking point are superior than Dr. Mali. You can put me over me. It don't matter.
But Liberal, I thought you were gone. I thought you've been gone.
Every day drinking different color drinks in the play. Be careful, eh? I don't know.
Wait a minute now. You changing the story again?
I don't know why you just speak kissy. I don't understand that thing. Dr. Mali, you see, this is the strategy of these guys. For every time we try to be real and realistic to what is happening today, they take a shift in the conversation and try to give you a different picture. They are not decisive. Can you imagine someone saying, for what he outlines, simply suggests to me that his frustration, things are not moving right.
This is what I was hoping tonight.
Hold on.
Amplify my statement, then let me land. And that will give you a clear indication of which way I'm going. But you can't stop me halfway and then try to finish my sentence and try to imply to the audience this is the route that I'm taking.
You cannot interrupt the moderator, the chief moderator. There's no plane here for you to learn. You already touched down, so I don't know where you're learning again. You will have a day in Korea come by. So let me carry on, Dr. Mali. So this is what they do. They find these sort of excuses that doesn't hold a dip of water and give you a different picture. But interestingly, if you heard him here tonight, all his explanation seems to mean there's some sort of high level of frustration, disappointment. But what happened is that you need to hear what I'm talking. Where are you going? Come by. Come by here.
I can hear you. Don't worry. You know the.
You cooking? Maybe a goat or today Wednesday you can start slaughtering a goat. He said no matter what he will still support, but we're going to come to that. But Dr. Mallet, a lot is unfolding in the country. And the conversation is just getting varied, getting in different forms and different shapes. And here comes another Washington. They just, I don't know how can they be infested on this network like this. When you see one coming, you think, say, there's only about right there, you go, then they change color. The liberal is a person. Okay. Mama, good to have you.
Yeah, thanks, guy. How are you guys? Hey, Liver, how are you, man?
Thank you.
Miss you.
Welcome.
I've been heard from you in a long time. Hey, guys. Good to see you guys.
So, Dr. Mali, what we'll do this, let's sandwich liberal so that when he going too far, you hit him on the left-hand side. When he turns to you, they are punching from the right side. That way, before Terry them, claim Mama, he been gone. But look, Dr. Mali, let me hear you. Where are we as a nation? We came with experience. We came with the mindset to change, but we are seeing the country now what is happening is unprecedented. Failed leadership. People are unable to take administrative decisions to hold people accountable. It is scary.
Well, CEO, you know that government is a structural institution. And as a structural institution, there will always be missteps. There will always be some pitfalls. But I think by and large, the United Party-led government, I think, is making some strife, especially with the indictment of the 12 personalities. Is it satisfactory? Well, it depends on who you talk to. Because as we continue to say, there were big names called. I don't know how confirmed are those big names. I don't know whether investigation have been done to really come up with the actual facts. And I have always said there's a need for us to have an independent body to look into this issue. But that hasn't happened yet.
Would that
And
happen?
I think that's where I stand right now.
Okay. All right. I know that we're in a good number. Let me go to the man from the gentleman from Atlanta, Georgia, who is a strong supporter, I believe. I'm not sure whether he washes, but a strong supporter of the government. Momo is here. Good evening, Momo. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. You seem perplexed. You seem disappointed of what is going on. The happiness that I usually see in you when you come on this network tonight seems to be a different one. What's going on?
No. I'm very happy. Look. I just want look. Let me say this. The level of progress that I've seen so far when it comes to the drug trafficking that have engulfed our country in recent times. And the level of response thereof from the current administration has been so satisfactory to me. And though I still request and we demand more as Liberians because we want to see more arrests done, we know there are deeper hands there. It's like a deep state, right? There are deeper hands involved. We know there are some big names, quote unquote, that we expect to hear. And I myself, are and anticipating to see some big, quote unquote, big names and that will come out, and that's why I trust the investigatory agency, give them the chance to do their job, to do the due diligence, not to push them, because our quest to get answer, how we are yearning for answers. We want people to be on handcuff. We want to see something happen, especially the guys on the other side who want to, preempt what should happen, and then whatever they preempt, like should happen. They want names that they expect to come out. Once you're not hearing that name, they are all frustrated. But how be it, I trust this administration. They have this, first of all, it has the political will to even bring the issue of the drug issue out. Unlike our previous administration, the $100 million drugs came to that country, was busted. And someone want to tell me that no one in that administration ever had any link or such huge drugs was coming to that $100 million drugs, but it just went few people, they gathered few people without evidence, took them to the court, and just that one, we don't even, the outcome was like the drug cartel won. That's why they were successful in planting or building their network in Liberia. This didn't just start today.
Okay.
Build their network. They start from way back, build their strong base and whatever. And this is manifesting today because of the strong foundation they laid in the past. The network is already there. They are just connecting from one administration to another to continue their savage behavior on our country. But we say no to it. We'll go after them. We'll go for them. Wherever they are, we will come for them. Thank you.
This is so good. This is something. Now we want to move forward. Here we are. Tule is making you to digress, taking you to the back now and try to give some sort of flashback story. That's not what I'm here for here. But let me just bring in this other fly by night reaction here. Nobody know what he's saying, whether he a real reaction or who he is. I think that the liberal get it right now. Carter, good evening. Welcome.
Yeah, good evening, CEO and the liberal, Terry, Dr. Male, and Tule. It's a pleasure being with you guys on the platform.
Yeah, thank you so much. You're going to give your highlight here, but This is the sort of excuses, this is the sort of red meat we consistently has been to repeatedly. It's a bullhorn that these guys are taking now. You heard clear this evening, making it to digress when we try to go forward. He's trying to take us 2 years ago, instead of all facing the reality to find solution to that. This is the sort of games that we'll be playing. Keto?
Yeah, I think you see, or this what we call child's play, and that Mr. So me to do that one, it's child's play. We're talking about a serious drug infestation in our society, brought in by people in high places in government, as high as close to the president bedroom door, and then we're talking about $100 million drugs that were tipped by the American government and was confiscated right before it could even touch the soil of Liberia. And people were arrested and prosecuted. The jury system let them walk free. Okay. This time around, we're talking about organized crime. Money was exchanged. Drugs were brought in. People were transporting drugs. Drugs have been already shipped, exported to Europe. People bringing in drugs as candy, Maggie Cube, and the rest of it. We see first time in the history of our country that people in big security position, high security position, implicated. And we're still looking back at the former administration. What a shame on people who came and told us that they were so sophisticated, they were transparent, they were people of integrity, they were people of education, the status was so high, they could do everything. Now they are a bunch of thieves, they are a bunch of drug dealers.
Let's get to the conversation. Thank you
Bringing
so
no
much.
kind of, yeah, bringing no kind of drugs in our society. So, I'm not surprised when I see surrogates and choir directors on this platform and, try to change the narrative and make it seem like, this drug just came to Liberia because people want to make this government look bad. No.
And interestingly, the traveling with Reverend and also validate their arguments as a choir saying the Reverend giving the scripture, and then they have the elders who suppose when children are making fuss in the town, they have the elders there to say, y'all go here, y'all go here. But let's have a conversation. Terry, let's start with you. I know you started with your talking point. Let's get to it, and everybody can scramble it to chip in, to give their views, their opinions, and hopefully we can go with other folks here. So, what's your recommendation? What do you think? Talk to GOL, the way out. Any way out?
Well, there are several ways out and all that. I expected concerning the ship and all. Uh, I expected that the military were going to come back with news, like informing the Liberian people that the ship were arrested, that
See,
people were
that me, I can hear Terry.
that people were arrested. I think you're not hearing me? You're hearing me?
We're hearing you, Terry. Very audible.
Okay. I think Weton Keto, I don't know where he's at. There's a fly by night sedition.
Let me
So
go and come on.
obviously.
I can hear Terry. Let me go and
So
come again.
but here is the thing, I expected the military going. I don't know if it's the military or the army, because the military is different from the army. But I expected the army that got on our boat.
The army is part of the military.
Yeah, the army is part of the military. So I expected the military that went on our boat to go there and effect arrest. But the aspect of telling us that the people escape, that the one I can't understand from our government. That for me, I don't understand that part. Do you understand that? If to say they were just a bunch of security, because I think we have Coast Guard, we got Sea Patrol. Those are actually responsible to go on the waters. But where were they? Because I saw a bunch of military guards jumping. I don't know if that was the Coast Guard. They just said military people go on the boat. They had a journalist and trying to videotape. So my recommendation to the president is that these are not good news, especially when you already have international intel telling you, say, this vessel, so and so is a suspicious vessel. All you need to do is to send the reputable people in that are responsible to go on sea that will be able to capture whatsoever that is being done. Because you don't know, like what we're seeing, the investigation revealed that these boys use, water suit. They got everything to dive. So who know whether if these things have been downloaded in the sea and these boys are going to the bottom of the sea, taking it out and crossing it with canoe or with another speedboat. So that the time duration that ship was on that sea, we don't know how much drugs have already come in on our shore, if it had drugs in it. So I think Liberia is at a crossroad that more force need to be applied. And in my opinion, on this note, on this new revelation about the ship, I'm not talking about the one, the 300 million, the 19 million. The new revelation about this boat or ship or whatsoever it is need attention and need serious enforce. Something must be enforced. To me, I'm not satisfied with the way they are pushing this particular issue on this one.
All right. You're still dancing around. You don't want to hold anybody responsible. Nobody to be held accountable. You're not certified. Oh, you're not certified. What you want to do? I was certified here.
But I hold the government responsible, Mr. So. I said the government is responsible for not. You send the most advanced force in the country to go and discover and recover, and they came back empty-handed. It's a failed mission. I think my brother here is a military man. He will give, because you can't tell me, say, Trump send you on that kind of mission. You got boat, you got ship, flying your sea. There's supposed to be faster boats that can move faster than that thing.
Okay, let me hold you.
And you couldn't capture anything. You couldn't come with any substantive report, but only to tell all that the boat or the ship ran away from you. How possible can that be?
Okay, well, that's what happened when
Except when Lpr can give me, or Dr. Mali can help us, or the security analyst, as to whether if that is possible in the real world.
Okay, yeah, that's what happened when the experience is not being perfected and it's not being put into them. But actually, let me just bring you in here before I bring here. It's considering your background. What does that suggest? Come on.
So, Mr. So, I mean, look, I'm going to be very blunt when it comes to this subject matter because it is dear to my heart. The fact that the government suspected a ship to be somewhat on high sea, and first of all, our security sector was not even proactive. We are always reactive, and that's an issue. As a security force, especially the force that guard our democracy, that guard our nation, we have got to change the way we approach how we defend our national sovereignty. We can't be reactive. We have to be proactive. And secondly, when carrying on such operation, especially we have the issue on the war on drugs and stuff, these are covert operations. These are operations that are basically classified. These are not operations where you put cameras on you. You invite the media. You're going on a mission to arrest suspected drug traffickers and stuff that we assume that ship was somewhat related to. And you go and put that on social media. You go and invite the press to put cameras on you. Are you kidding me? Do you know that drug cartel are two or three times ahead of you? Do you know they were all watching? Why do you think the mission failed? My brother, it had to fail. These are not certain missions that you go. It doesn't warrant you videotaping or anything. These are covert operations. You go, but by the time people's eyes are open to notice, your guys are already on the ship. But apparently, information hit those guys, and they left before our guys could to reach the scene, to reach where the ship was. They're already gone because we're a bunch of stupid people those who are running our national security architecture, many of them should not be there. Many of them did not even have the requisite security clearance or pass the requisite background check to even hold these sensitive positions that they are currently occupying.
They are there today.
So yes, we have got to restructure, reposition our national security and how we approach security matters, especially when it comes to the classification. Look, you have to, there's levels of classification. When there's certain operation that is highly classified, a top secret.
Okay, I want to go to
you can't put it on national TV.
Okay,
you can't do it.
Who put them in those positions?
Because we got a bunch of people who don't know their jobs.
Who put them there? I mean, so who are those who?
Look, look. I know the owners, the buck stop at the president, who is the commander in chief of our armed forces. Who is the top dog? But look, sometimes the way things are happening in Lpr is quite different from how we see it in the West, and you can bear me witness.
No,
oftentimes
I'm not going to be on the same standard.
Okay, oftentimes in Africa, if you hire me, you are the president, you hire me as your defense minister, you will tell me, Momo, find competent people who you are comfortable working with. And that should not be the way. That should not be the way. I do not have to know you to recommend you to the president so that, that's how corruption starts. That's how people start to let control to the superior and say, oh, this guy brought me here. If I say XYZ. So that response to the ship, Mr. Soul, was childish. Our national security, the way it was handled, was completely, it was just below the belt. And that should not be happening in this current administration that some of us show due respect to certain people at certain level that I know personally. Having your Coast Guard, because those guys were not even meant, we don't have a functioning Navy. Let me say this before you go. We do not have a functioning Navy, and that's a problem. We do not have control over our territorial water. Anything that comes on our territorial water, we become so disabled that we cannot face it head on. And this is a disgrace. We need to fix that.
All right. You're not holding anybody responsible. You just start addressing, talking another tabata as usual. Is disgrace. Who put them there? They are commanders. This is why you put people who will execute, who will give command. But that's not happening. You don't want to speak to it. That's the problem you guys have. I'm not sure I'm going to get any answer from another gentleman I'm going to be calling in because another bridge of troubled water. Liberal progressive.
Thank you, Mr. So. As I was saying earlier, let me continue with that.
Why are you turning into a baby tonight? You're so quiet.
I mean, these are very serious conversations. There's no time to clown around. We have the ability to compartmentalize. When we see serious stuff, we put on our intellectual cap. When we see some tabata stuff, we put on our toe town cap. This is no time for toe town tonight, Mr. Soul. Let me say this, as I was saying before. Unity Party, they have to understand that this going election, the numbers were in favor of President Bakai. Not because of President Bakai's popularity, not because of President Bakai's policy. Many of the vote that brought in President Bakai and the Unity Party were vote against President Weah. And those votes that goes against President Weah can be turned around very quickly because they were not stable in the first place. They have no foundation. They voted against President Weah because they didn't think that President Weah was doing enough to get the country to a certain position. That kind of sentiment is still there. And they have to understand this. This type of issue with the drugs is the serious time for them to understand and make sure this thing is done correctly. They have one or two problems. One of the problems they have here, United States is not coming in because they have not been able to tie this whole thing to the U.S. as to say this drug they were going to be transported to the U.S. If that has been established, U.S. would have taken over this thing a long time ago. They don't have that. Europeans do not want to get involved, even though this drug was destined, according to the story, destined for U.S. I mean for Europe. Now, another issue they have that they people feel now that they are dragging their feet. If the president open this drug issue up and says no stone will be left unturned, why aren't you even reached out to the liberal here way in the United States? If he says stone, turn it over. Turn me over if you have anything to prove.
You see what is
Mr. So, please. Let me make my statement. Because of these limitations of those who are supposed to be in charge, because they are greed for enriching themselves, they're selling the country shut. Number one. Mr. So, one last thing I want to say here. Liberia will not remain like this. There will be Liberians, young Liberians, with a mindset of correcting and making sure Liberia go forward. However, you have the Constitution. Article 86 and 87 of strong president can come in and impose an emergency law where all of the people that are the flacage that are running the Senate and what have you, that continue to suppress our people because of greed, they are not passing. Look at the drug sector. Look at the guy he was just talking about. You saw, every one of us saw that dingo they call it boat. And you put a knife in the fly, everybody going down the hill. What kinds of business is it? But they are allowed to buy a car every 3 years, new car. They are unable to train.
And the cars.
Mr. So, will you please? I'm not on the witness stand. If you don't want me to make my statement, I will be quiet. Let me make my statement. You want to ask me a question, you can ask that. I know this is your show. And like I said, you and all we're not on the same page. Many of us here and you were not on the same page. You are a trained journalist. I am a trained journalist myself. I have a 5 degree in it. So let me just let you know right now. Yeah. So I know I'm not gonna let you get that pass. But no, on a very serious note. So you need a serious person. President Baka right now, for us, for me. This is the man we're supposed to soak all the experience out of him. He's not getting younger. He came in to rescue. We're all supposed to gather, and then he come out. He said, "This is bad. We will not leave no stone unturned."
Thank you so much.
But yet still, we have people that are there fiddling around this drug issue. It's going to bring them down. And I tell you one last thing, Mr. So. The liberal is not stable either. So if you think say my vote and my whatever I have is going to be on you because you're playing game, I will flip on you in a minute. Thank you, Mr. So.
Are you moving to Musa Belete?
Dr.
Is that news confirmed?
No, not yet. Musa Belete, they're not serious.
Yeah, you met Musa the last time in Baltimore, so I won't be surprised if that happened. Dr. Mali. These guys, a complete hypocrisy. I say, what I forecast, it came to pass. I knew I'm not going to get anything. Cherry King, Bara, Tule King, and look, when I get this one, when I do this one, Liberal came and just put the icing on it. These guys are unable to stand firm and say and call out their own. That this is on your watch. It should not happen, and it must not happen. He's not doing it. Instead, he's dancing shakara here and going in front, coming, I will flip-flop. So, no. I'm wondering, what are these briefings, these cabinet meetings, and all of these things that they're always having, going for retreat to Bikiana or Mami Yoko Hotel in Sierra Leone, come down to the one at Rawafi, how they call that one there. What are the briefing they are providing to the president? And who is taking cue? Who who is acting on these, or it's just a jolly that just go on and say, oh, we're going for a retreat, and because that's very shameful. What happens if those people, let's put aside drugs, there were people that are coming to invade and decide to use our territorial water? So how they were going as what? They just swing their arm to go see? That's dangerous. Let me just bring you in, Mali. Dr. Mali.
Well, Libra just said Liberia will not remain like this. We heard a statement in 1944. Right. Nothing changed. 1980, we heard this statement again, and nothing has changed. Now we're hearing this statement again in post-war Liberia. I don't know where the hope lies.
Offspring of the progressive.
But anyway, it was 67 years when this Liberia National Coast Guard was established. And it was activated 16 years after, in 2010. The question now is, since then up to this time, has the Coast Guard undergone active 21st century training to bring it up to speed? Or they had just been waiting for an outbreak of a crisis before they run in? That's my question. And the next question now is, His Excellency has been doing well to make sure to appoint Liberians into strategic areas. But the question now is the Excellency making assessment of the people's credential and their experience in line with the offices they're supposed to be occupying? Because when you put a square peg into a round hole, it becomes difficult for them to find the next exit. So what I'm beginning to see now, CEO, is like there's some huge misplacement right now, I think. You see, His Excellency have a very clear mind, bringing Liberia on board to help run this system. But some of them are sincere, but they are misplaced. Like what Mr. Tule just said. Any strange thing that's happening, you need a covert strategy. Now you carry media people on a boat. Is there a media safari? You even put your enemy on the guard. Then if we hear in the news that, oh, that huge ship disappeared, really? Should the whole leadership of the Coast Guard, should it be locked up? Or should we ask the American government to upgrade the people's skill? Because that the same thing happened with the drugs issue. The NSA should have been in charge to effectuate the covert aspect, how the guy came into this country, where they're living, in conjunction with the immigration, and get this thing going. But it seems to be everybody's sleeping. Or B, people are just misplaced. They don't know what to do in the government. And at the end of the day, and to be very frank with you, when you put some people into some strategic place to work, and they lack the experience, and even that area is not even in alignment with the degree they earn, the next thing, they start to become systemically a corrupt agent in those offices, and the language they speak in there is, where is the miscellaneous? That's the language they speak. So I think my conclusion here would be is that His Excellency have very good mind for this country, but he got a lot of dishonest people working with him, and probably he might have contributed to it, because it's like appointing people who don't have the experience in those areas, and their credential is not even in alignment with what they earn. It becomes a crisis.
But then there's a big contradiction here. This is a godfather of experience. This is a godfather with a decades of what supposedly to be experienced. And so I strongly believe his judgment will be in line as to how he was described and what he's supposed to do. On the contrary, we're seeing it different.
No, but see, you're leaving one factor up. This is a government of national unity. This government is operating on collaboration. So people came from diverse backgrounds to structure this government. And at least we forget. The president don't even know all some of these people. You see? So that's a pitfall. Did we really examine them in line with their experiences and their credentials to make sure that they are really fit for the offices? That is another question that Lpr and Mr. Tule and the men of God need to find answer for us, because there are a lot of missteps going on.
Who the one running your government?
They're not going to give for any answer.
Who the one you see running your government? Yeah?
They're just going to give a bunch of excuses. So let me go Keter here. Keter, for me, I'm not surprised. He told us that he doesn't, the people that were bringing the people, he doesn't know them. So just how people were bringing them, oh yes, and they were just putting them in. That's what that's the payoff we are getting now. Because when people bring people and you just throw them in, you don't know what you're throwing them. I don't know how you're going to hold them accountable. But moreover, it's like literally beyond a time bomb. I mean, Terry put it right. For that hell of a thing to just disappear like that, you send army and nothing. And up to this time, I don't know whether there's a latest information on it and nobody saying anything, nobody talking anything.
But CEO, let us not go that direction there. Don't also forget, we are running a society that is heavily impoverished. There are possibilities some of our Coast Guard members go closer and they even bribe them and get a kickback and they just took off and come back. It's very possible. Let us not take that other factor out.
Dr. Mali, I'll have to push back.
You cannot speculate while we're here like this. We're trying to have
let the conversation flow the way we're flowing.
You're going to try to throw us under the bus.
Can you just have this conversation flow the way we're flowing?
Yeah. So,
but why will you allow this man to come in a sweet conversation we're having, intellectual, and then he talking about people going on the sea to grab bribes?
It is my time to see, or it's my time to speak. Yeah, hold on.
It's possible. Too many compromises have been taking place in our country. Not only honor His Excellency President Buhari, not only honor His Excellency. And you know that, and I know that.
All right, thank you so much. Let me bring in Keter because these guys were getting feelings. Lpr and his guys, they are getting feelings already. So I will come to them. Keter, put some how do you call bleach on their soul here this evening.
Look, you see, this is where we still talk about the intellectual dishonesty. We talk about the trapper sentiment that connected to our thought process when it comes to these serious national conversations. We talk about we cannot let go of, or we are still in denial of what we put forth for our people as being an experienced leader, a person of great integrity. That scenario, that picture we paint, we cannot like exhibiting it today. Everything is about other people's responsibility, not the president. Everything is the president has a good mind. The president brought people that he knew that could do the work. Newsflash. The president brought people that he knew nothing about. Just how the president does not even know about the work he's doing. So like the people he bringing on board. Because if he knew the people, if he knew his work he's doing, he would bring people that will do and will carry out the functions of those offices that he appointed them to. But he has no clue. So this is where we are today as a society. This government is a government of showmanship. So everything they do, right? So when they come the crowd, they put
God
behind them
can't sleep. God
to
can't
show that
sleep.
they're doing something. Like lip sevens. They are a bunch of lip sevens. As soon people start talking, then they show us that we're working. When the people don't talk, they lay back and they do business as usual. And it's so unfortunate. Let's call it for what it is. President Walker is one of the presidents that been having or cabinet meeting upon cabinet meeting from the time he took office. They spend more money on cabinet retreat than anything. They should be having positive result from the things that they found out in those cabinet meeting. People gave reports. They tell about the ills in society, what the government is lacking of. You understand? For them to come here today and everything should be on the president, deputy, and not on the president, it calls for serious conversation and attention. Look, the people call on, the ship has been sitting on the sea for over a couple of days, according to the report that came out of Grand Cape Mount County. When they got the surveillance or the citizens are the ones that were concerned about these ships. As a matter of fact, people from Grand Cape Mount County took boats to even go see what was happening. That's how they were able to communicate with government through social media. And the people, instead of going on a covert operation, like my brother Tudor said, these people went putting camera behind them and
What kind of device?
Because that God, I told you, God can't sleep.
All right, Keto, this is okay. Let me just bring you in.
So I'm trying to strongly disagree with Dr. Mali on his previous session that members of our military have been bribed. I think that's like totally unfair to our gallant men and women who put their lives on the line each and every day in defense of our nation. Those guys are highly respectable in society. One of the most respectable organizations in the country is the Armed Forces of Liberia. That is that's something that is not disputed. We all know they are the force for good. They are well trained, and they are well, honored and respected by the people. So to come here and say that they may have taken bribe on high sea is a disservice to not only the people of Liberia, but even to the gallant men and women who are putting their lives on the line every day. There could be issues. Yeah, I know there are issues that are there, and we clearly stated that, with regards to how the operation was handled. So I think that is clearly on the the military advisor to the president. What kind of military advice are you giving to this man? What are you telling him? The national security advisor, how are you handling national security information, sensitive information that should be kept, information that some operation should be done by the break of dawn, Liberian already seen the effect, the result of what you've done. That's how you get respected as a security agency, top level security agency. There are certain things you do in defense of the nation. You go and execute the mission. All the citizens that we hear are thereof is the result of what you did. And you tell them that the action you took that may have led to this not happening to the country. You get the country behind you squarely in the front. But the idea that we'll just be taking camera, not everything should be done for political reasons, for political expediency. You don't do that. You cannot bring politics into security, because that was called politics. You want to score political points. Oh, the military is ahead of the game. No, you are not. By virtue of you putting camera on an operation that should have been a covert operation, shows clearly that there is a whole lot vulnerability within our security sector, in our national security architecture. And there is need to overhaul that entire system, because each and every day we see people don't hold certain information classified. Not every information, majority of information when it comes to national security should have some level of classification. And if we don't have people to pay keen attention and respect our certain credible information and not let it out to the public, will cause some great harm to our national security. So I'm calling on the president, who is the commander in chief of the armed forces, the top dog of the country, to be very circumspect as in who he hires around him, who are those guys who are part of his national security team, that they should step up their game. This is not a time to play. We are dealing with real life cartel, and we need to dismantle it.
All right. I mean, this step up game, don't step up game. We've been hearing that from y'all. Terry, let's hear you. Let's paint. Let's go through it. Let's Terry contribute his final point, and then we'll go to the gentleman, and then we'll get something else to talk about before we can wrap out. Terry, get into the
Yeah. So I think Tule put it right. I think he's the only guy here that have the security and knowledge.
Well, I put B to the number here, so right there, liberal man.
So far, and Samuel 12 is still harmonizing Keto's internet. So obviously,
My internet is loud and clear right now, bro.
well, there was a lot of harmonizing going on, but
I know
it's
Liberal
okay
doing
now.
a team the back.
But
It's all right.
Liver didn't do that. Liver is not on the show controlling. But here is the thing here, Keto. When you accuse the president and that saying that somebody in a bedroom, I don't know if you're a security guard to know whether if somebody is in the president's bedroom, with drug connected to and all that. But to show that an effective government is working, this is what you get by the investigations going on as compared to previous years ago when 100 million arrived. Could it be that this same shit brought the drugs during Keto that time? The 100 million. Could it be? We don't know. So the $100 million drug came. Nobody were arrested. Nobody were questioned. So my thing is, who was to receive this drug? Because cartel will not bring drugs to your shows. We're all nobody receiving it. Who were to receive it? Nobody in the government, because they said, I listened to somebody who said that, the drug landed, the drug came, and there was an intel. So nobody in the government was found liable because the U.S. government gave an intel to our government and they arrested it. But cartels will never bring that quantity of drugs to your shows when they don't have connection in the government. Because the drugs got to come for packaging and repackaging to be trafficked out of the country. Because our drugs were not designated for our economy. We don't have the kind of economy to buy that kind of drugs. So who in the government was supposed to receive that consignment? We didn't know. Nobody in your government were arrested. Nobody
People
were
in Bible,
found.
President, we
And
got
guess
time.
what? Those houses, those stash houses, this government is exposing and uncovering today, they were never known. You can't tell me that those houses just appeared today. It's not possible. Those places we saw, these are places that have been there for years. So it tells you that this operation might have been going on. And a drug cartel will not bring $100 million worth of drugs to a country that they don't have no connection with. It's not possible. That means there have been an ongoing operation going on. That is why, and they were sure of learning, but the international community intercepted and highlighted you. And you still allowed you accuse few people who are not connected to the government, they just walk free, fly by night code, they walk free out of the country. Now this government is dealing with the same thing that you dealt with, but in a more profound way, by exposing even down to the stash houses where drugs were recycled regularly. When we kill the ants, we kill the ants, not from the one that are crawling, will go to the bay. You put the oil, the black oil in the bay to destroy them. That's what you do. And that is what the government is doing. The only problem I have is with the ship escaping. Labor, you muted. That is the problem I have.
I mean, you say they're doing it, and how come they're not in Colombia to put a black oil in the?
Thank you.
No, that one not the source. The source is different from
Okay.
the house, the stash house. So yeah, but thank you.
Okay, so we're making progress. We intend to within the framework of the time. I know Rescue 2, you say you wanted to call. The number is there. Please call, because if it's after the time, I'm afraid that we will not pick up the call. So just call and give your side. All right, so let's go to Dr. Mali. Point, let's see whether we can, your talking point, the last maybe 15, 20 minutes that we have, like make wise of it. I want to talk something and play something and see what could be you guys take.
Yeah, before I proceed to my talking point, I just want to make it clear that it was not a role of the armed forces of Liberia to step into this situation in the first place. It was the role of the National Coast Guard, backed by the NSA with a covert strategy. So
I totally agree.
Okay, Prince,
when we talk about gallant men, I'm talking from the backdrop that we have inherited a systemic corrupt society which His Excellency is still trying to fight. And there are possibilities for people to bribe people, even on the high seas. That's a big.
The is part of the. The Coast Guard is part of the armed forces. So yeah,
no. This is not a joint security operation. No. Hello. It wasn't said. I didn't hear that. I'm just telling you the role of the segment of the government that's supposed to handle this thing. So the National Coast Guard should have moved in with the help of NSA that will introduce this coverting. I just want to come from that school of thought.
Their dissertation on military tactics.
My point here tonight is, Liberal, I'm not prepared to. I will answer you. When your time comes on your show. I don't want to interrupt CEO show. So what we are saying, yes, my point I'm driving home tonight is His Excellency President Wiase, he's coming back because what he left behind had been dismantled. So what is it that was dismantled for which he's coming to rebuild?
All right, that's almost similar in line, but let me go to the phone lines. Let's get our callers' reactions, their views, their opinion. Prince Sherry, that has seditions. I don't know what. I know we'll come to that. But good evening, Mr. Sherry. Welcome.
Yes, good evening, Mr. So, and let me say good evening to the panelists, to our brother Keter. We are proud of you. For every time you mount this platform, it is a direct display of patriotism. In the midst of all of these things that are happening, you continue to brace the storm and to educate our people. We are proud of you, and we take our hats off to you. And history will continue to remember this revolutionary gallantry of yours and many others who are taking the same route. Thank you. Having said that, Mr. So, it is unfortunate that some of our brothers
you should get a man job.
Tabata talking. Tell the Liberian people that that particular ship was coming in Liberia on the direct instruction of Mr. Joseph Nima Bweka. Now, let me just give you an example.
Sherry, you should get a man job.
There is no way that a ship will land on our waters that Liberia will not receive a signal. I'll give you an example. You see the airspace of Liberia, even if there is a plane that is passing or using our airspace to pass, we have the signal from the lighthouse. There is a signal from the lighthouse, there is a plane over our airspace. And usually there is what we call a complimentary greeting that is, sent by the captain of that particular plane. If we will say yes, for example, Liberia 001, this is plane maybe 003, just passing through. How are you? Fine. And then they pass through. It is the same way with the ship. Once the ship is using our water to even pass through or go anywhere, we are informed through our requisite institution. They always inform us that, look, this ship is either passing through or is coming. So we are informed ahead of time. For people to sit on this platform and tell us that the Coast Guard that should be proactive, but right, the Coast Guard should even be guarding what we call the waters, the borders, the integrity of our nation as far as the waters is concerned. It's almost like the government is telling us, like the border, the Butro
Let's just make it fast.
officer there, the border were open. This is what they are telling us, because the Coast Guard should have been 24 hours protecting our sea coast. But this is what happened. These guys are aware, they received that information from the ship, but because it was coming under the supervision of Mr. Brecker, they made bliba in order for that ship to go back. Why we can't just go borrow Fantikino? So it means that there is no need for us to even give money to the Coast Guard or to the military. Look, this is a disgrace. And we will call on the United States and the international community to ensure that Mr. Brecker is arrested, because he has now become a man who is transporting drugs to other parts of the world. So we are going to call our international partners to ensure that Mr. Brecker is arrested and prosecuted.
Thank you so much. Okay.
I hope you got papers, because they say the Americans speak good English. He's very good with Donald Trump. Like Tabata, he talking, don't blink.
Oh Lord,
Okay.
this guy, that caller was so funny right now. It was so funny when we talk about arresting.
All right, let's make it as brief as possible, and let me break it clear. But before that, I just want to make this categorically clear. What I was saying on this network is not the tone or voice of the management of the Liberia Popular Radio. We have not have any information that President Brecker brings in drugs. That is very, very much important. But we discuss had this hack of conversation. Clarence, let me hear you quickly.
Hey, CEO, how you doing?
Good.
You know, tonight, Bamboo, Dibakola tonight.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you know, like during the problem about many Liberian, everything that happened in Liberia, they get expert for him. Even a person said, tapping what said he will come and say, when we talking about security matter, they will talk about their security personnel. We talking about education area, somebody who born in code with behavior, they say that they have degree in education. We talking about national security. Listen to the information that was given on Tuesday, yesterday, that these men established their cartel in the country since 2018. Since 2018 up to present. And few people are coming up here to say, oh, the government, you know, is not doing much again to get at these people. People get money. The very first in the country that we live in, this is a world greater country. The people can infiltrate the security center in the place here. Then what's about Liberia, a third world country? Then somebody talk about, we talk about the man has 40-year experience. Where is the 40-year experience? The 40-year experience, what we are seeing today. You had a DA from the United States government working with our DA, working with the joint security in Liberia. You got an MI6 from Great Britain that working with the Liberia government to kill the investigation. You had a team from Morocco. You got a team from Spain. And people are not looking at everybody just coming out of the government they had a scene and say, quick and boss faster. And Liberal made a statement tonight. I make a comment that said that he seemed to be unpredictable. Mr. Botier, Liberia, that was hoping to say that a CDC team, I know they have reserve voter in Grand Nigeria or they are in the Southeast, they should erase African ministry. No one political party had a certain group of parties in to say we got a number, every time we come to election, we'll be able to maintain that number. It's impossible. In Liberia, so what happened in the past? What about brother was boughting light pole? Are we seeing that today? Where were they? When that $100 million drug that entered our country, they were arrested from the cold storage. Did the joint security that called the cold storage owner to question him? Nothing. And they let everything to go. So if we are talking about the investigation and the people can imagine to arrest their delicate 300 and some more $1 million drug, it took 13 months. So we are not giving credit to the people because for the people who are on the board getting a video recording of them, then we just look down on the entire country. I don't think we're so unfair to our own country. And my last question, please, the CDC feel that they get the airs, don't wait until 2029. You listen to Moses calling on OKF today, who said as a minister in the CDC government for 6 years. You heard what the man said today about CDC government, compare CDC government to the government. He said there's a more reliable government ever. They won't come talk about the book I said yesterday. There's not trying error matter here getting it. We are running our country. There's a responsible government that even going down to an interim, though that the government recruiter, they are prosecuting and they say, man, they're talking about they made that 40 years. He had a 40-year experience.
Let's leave it there.
This is why he prosecuted even your own people that he brought on board. Thank you for the show, CEO.
Thank you. Oh, my goodness. Aaron, let's hear you quickly.
Good evening, Mr. Saul. How you doing?
Good. Welcome. Yeah, go ahead, Aaron.
CDC.
You ain't call me?
This is not.
Hold on, after Aaron, then you will speak. I think you went off.
Yeah, 1 hour.
This is not about CDC. So if you have a responsible government, right? You got a deputy managing director at the airport. What power he has to write a letter to maritime reporting of distress ship? How the ship got in contact with the deputy director at the airport? This Makuya. These are the kind of things you guys need to be working on. And you call yourself responsible government and listen to Terry talking about $1 million, $100 million drugs coming in the country. Or drugs coming into the country and a guy arrested at the point of entry. That's what they call national security work. Now drugs being repackaged to leave the country. There are people in the government who knew about this ship. The ship that the people took that the little boat that we can, the little floaters that we can swim with here in the water and stuff when we go on the beaches. That's why the Coast Guard was going there. The ship couldn't even reach closer to the ship when the ship went high in the sea. They couldn't reach that. The chief of staff said it in an open statement. It's on Front Page Africa. But you guys, you see, that's how God can treat people who act like they know stuff more than every other person in the country. God just exposing you every day. You got everybody around the police director. Everybody around the police director is connected to this drug issue. But you say the police director is free. He should go on with the investigation. You got somebody who said they took $10,000 and they handed the money to the police director, and the police director gave them only $2,000.
All right.
Every name that was called on spoon, those are the names they arrested today. So why you cannot believe that the police director or the foreign minister signing for or signing out suspicious packages? Why you cannot believe that?
Thank you, sir.
Just call it a question then. That's what you do. Call it when it starts happening in this country with former President Hillary Clinton about her email. Was that an FBI director who handled that email? No. But he was forced to resign because his office handled that email. And what they did with that email fall on him. So, but now the police director to be able to step down.
We gotta go. Let me go to it. We are already out of time. Thank you so much. Christopher, let me hear you quickly. Please.
Yeah, Mr. Sue, sometimes
So Bob like listening to Spoon, huh?
probably like more than 10, 15 minutes, but anyway, I've been patient.
Yeah, let's hear you.
You know, each time you guys say that we should not politicize national security issue, then you have a couple of unity parties will come here and start to politicize things. They want to come and you cannot change the narrative by lying. You know, if you keep lying, then you'll keep making it worse. And as you keep making it worse, it will still be in the media and we'll keep talking about it. Each time they go to 2018 to implicate the past government, then the past government supporters will come by, oh, Helen had a bunch of cocaine in her convoy. So Unity Party before CDC had a bunch of cocaine in a convoy. So I don't think we should do that to this country. You have so many government officials being arrested by the Unity Party government, their own government, arresting her own children, national security officers, police officers being arrested, people close to the president's children, the private bar, the owner being arrested. He's the best friend to the president's children. If we're going to make Liberia better and safer, then you have to have an honest discussion and say, look, it's honor your wife that we are finding cocaine and we are arresting our own police officers and security agencies or heads. I think if we do that, Mr. Su, then we will be headed in the right direction. But if we're going to go back to Helen regime, Georgia regime, we give the country to you. And Gregory Coleman is working for you. And Gregory Coleman saying that BP hanging a thing that I'm able to arrest it. If I try it, the country will collapse. The government will collapse. It's your own Gregory Coleman mouth.
Thank you so much.
So I think you guys should join us so that we can get to the bottom instead of you guys politicizing this thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Views and opinions are expressed. Is 10 minutes to 10. We should be out of here by 10 p.m. But let's carry on our lives. No phone call right now. Let me take this thing off and let's wrap up. And that was something I wanted to wrap up with. And when Christopher just took it out of my mouth. But it seems someone is paving the way for 2029. Is that a workable strategy? I don't know where is the opposition in this whole thing here. It's still CDC still remain viable. ANC, where's something to former party? Where a former party ni? I like here.
Liberty Party.
Why are you scared to call your own? You shy? You don't want to call your own party ni?
I ain't got a party.
Oh, now
I belong to a party in the USA, not in Liberia.
Yeah. So, okay, there are two things I want to, for you guys to speak on. We can do that minute each to wrap up. I think that would be great. And that was the point we're coming to of Christopher just made. It was just profound when I listened to the press briefing from the police chief. I don't know where he was coming from speaking. And even up to this time, the Senate, nobody has subpoenaed him to talk about that. We listened to Senator Brown, who publicly said that some instruction was given that was validated by Gregor Coleman. But where is the opposition in this whole thing here? This is an old tape here. And I think it's also important to also have it. You can put it, should Coleman still be in charge of this whole thing with all that is ongoing? I mean, I don't know. But you can't have all of your deputies, all of your senior officers to take instruction from you and to see things falling apart in such an unprecedented way. And this guy still say he waging war on cocaine or whatever drugs. How can he do that? But this is why our man Tom and Farah said, two friends who were together in the pie here. Would that be the talking point of the unity parties? Let's play this and then we can do our final remark.
Manage your opportunity, take the past seat. Let Liberian people listen and give this president his chance to work. Why you left in the mansion, you want to come back? Why you left there, you want to come back?
No. This guy seems to be the attack dog now. We saw him form as some sort of super PAC group, more or less, to promote Joseph Boyka. Is he the right person to do that? I mean, we saw the former president made a declaration that he is potentially going to be contesting. Is he really, is the opposition, are they going to consolidate their position? Or how are they going to do it? Let's start the ball rolling here. Let me start with who wants to go first?
Is that our closing now?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, are we closing now? Making this our closing statement, or we'll
You
come
are
back to
making
close?
this as a closing. You're not coming back. You come. You coming now. You're coming tomorrow. You're not coming back. If you finish, you close it first. Terry, let's hear you.
Yeah, Mr. So, that's a very good, profound position you took. But the thing here is that in organized crimes, there are syndicate that goes into it and commit those crimes. And based upon the investigation, and that is why I hear people saying, oh, the police, how the police could be investigating themselves. The police is not investigating themselves. That is the reason why you're seeing that the joint security is exposing even police officers that were part of the syndicate of this organized crime. And probably some of these police officers then were working in CDT government. They were part of this operation for years. You never know. And they resurface into positions of trust. And today they will be caught between the web. If Gregory Coleman is involved, the joint security will discover it. It's just that easy because those people that the names that are being called, their call logs will be summer, and you will discover that number two, those people who have been suspected and also called by the investigative team does not mean that they are guilty. We got to understand that. There are information being sampled. They are sampling information to come up because the juror, I don't know how they call it, they got to come up with the indictment. There have not been an indictment yet. I hope people understand that. So you first got to draw the indictment, and within the indictment, those people who are found guilty from the investigation will be charged and sent to court. None of these people, as of yet, besides those who were directly caught, have been charged and sent to court. None of them. Then my brother here talk about what he did Boplet. You know, Boplet is just an error boy. But what he talk, he talk about.
You number 9 calling error boy.
Yeah, you keep making error and call my names and all that. My opinion is my opinion, Boplet. But here is the thing. There were names that sent on call on his show. They are not being called. Like the vice president. They accused the vice president here around this year. They accused and also implicated the president's son, Jojo Boyka. These are people I know. Let me tell you, Gregory Coleman is somebody that I live with Gregory Coleman in Danane. We used to go to the club. We used to go to the nightclub. Gregory Coleman used to be in the house. I never saw him drinking. We who used to go do all kinds of stuff, he was never involved. It's possible that he changed because human beings can change. But the Gregory Coleman I know is a well-disciplined person.
All right.
And,
Thank you so much.
but so all the names that Stanton called during the $100 million job, why you didn't arrest them during your time? You know that Stanton called names during your $100 million drug saga. Why were they not arrested?
Okay.
So y'all lead up, man. Y'all lead up, please. Thank you.
Wow. Y'all lead us. Okay. So let me hear you. Then I'll go to Dr. Malley.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. So. And tonight, again, another intriguing conversation. From both sides. The opposition want to score a point, and we are here to erect.
I'm giving Esther hard time.
The necessary checkpoints. But look, I heard one of the callers talked about the fact that people that are named to people that have been named as part of the investigation are close to the president. So automatically that makes it that the president should be looked at, or because his children, they are close to the president, children, all of that. In investigation these days, you tie all the different dots to try to connect, but in this instance, it's not going to work for the opposition, because that's what I wonder. Yesterday, you guys forgot when 5 or 6 members of the Weah administration, guys that are really close to his circle, were sanctioned by the U.S. government, who we all have said that we are sure of being sanctioned, because close, confidant to him were all sanctioned. No, that's not how the investigation works. It works based on evidence. It's evidence based, right? It's not something that you just talk off your head and expect it to happen. It doesn't work that way. So I will close on this note, right? That ship that was on high sea today, there are two reasons I believe that it was there, right? Either it was on its way to the country to pick up the drugs, or it was bringing some drugs to the country. I strongly believe that. There are a lot of conspiracy around that ship being on high sea, and we expected, our armed forces, that is the branch of the armed forces, the Coast Guard, to have confronted a ship that is on high sea. The Coast Guard is the branch of the military that is limited to guarding our coastline, the 350 square miles of coastline. That's why there is a distinct difference between a Coast Guard as a branch of the military and the Navy. We do not, as a nation, have a standing or functioning Navy. Neither do we have a functioning Air Force. So there are some vulnerability there in how do we protect our territorial waters when we don't have a functioning Navy. These are questions now that we need to start to ask ourselves as a nation. How do we address the issue of vulnerability to our critical national infrastructure? What are we doing to be in control of our airspace? We do not have a functioning Air Force. How do we declare a no-fly zone and make it effective? We cannot effect a no-fly zone because we do not have an active Air Force. We do not have trained airmen or women that will protect our airspace.
Okay, so, thank you so much.
Let me. No, I was already. Let me just land now.
Yeah.
So all of these things are not just unique to the broadcast administration. These are issues that goes far back as 19 whatever since we were established. That we had the Liberian Frontier Force, and from there it just began AFL, and we don't want to form the other branches that are critical to helping our national security. But I think this government meant well for the people of Liberia, and I believe that ship has some kind of link back to the Weir administration, because that a lawyer they call Beto Yang, that my own picking, I know Yang Beto, he's connected to the former NRC boss Mole Gray and other people. Look, Mole Gray was the National Investment Commission boss. These guys are those are according to my Liberian, my picking them. They are that close. They knew what they were doing. Young Winter was the lawyer. He is the attorney or the legal representation for that ship that was on high sea. And he was closely tied to the Weir administration too. So there are a lot of dots that can be connected. But for tonight, this government remains committed to ensuring that we dismantle the cartel and we will go after them. Look, a guy like me hired today in there, trust me, I have energy as them. I'm going to give them the right message and tell them that we will not sleep until we get to the bottom, we find the source. And we won't do it, we'll go after them. This guy can be dismantled.
All right, thank you so much.
Playing in Egypt, but just those guys that are heading our agency now, a bunch of weak people, many of them were put there to do the job and they just sit there to receive salary. That's why sometimes I hit back hard like this. But I believe that this president mean well for Liberia, and this issue of the cartel will come to an end one day, or will minimize their operation. We will dismantle their network and go after every money. We'll seize it from them. Thank you very much.
What a contradiction. The pastor, shame on you, pastor. You're clapping. You're clapping for what?
So can I come in before my internet get messed up?
Yeah, go ahead, Keto.
Oh, you admit that your internet can be messed up? So they actually
they put you and I and our friends on this show tonight, bro.
So now we know Samuel told the internet. Let me come before my internet get messed up. What? Wow.
So Labor, I understand what's going on. So CEO and the rest of the panelists, this is what we keep saying here. Terry, You mentioned Buster. Buster is my in-law, my cousin-in-law. His sister is married to my cousin. So I know Buster. We all were in Ghana together too. But Buster served under President Charles Taylor in his government. You know that. And I'm not implicating Buster. I'm a side of cop
Which
and
position?
advice.
Ellen, another charter Ellen.
Which position
Yes,
he held on a charter?
I don't believe it. Buster not in the police
Buster was
one.
part of the SOD. You know,
Which position now?
Buster was part of
Which
the
position?
SOD.
Well, man,
SOD.
Keto, go ahead.
So,
I said which
so
position? I said
SOD.
which unit?
Buster's sister Fifi. Buster's sister Fifi is my in-law. That's to tell you that how deep I know the family. Okay. So
They ask you which position, then you come to your sister-in-law.
You gone.
Yeah.
Sound 12, how much now the man internet?
Well, Buster was young as some of doing charter time. We were much younger, about 16, around that age 17. Buster is not that way. You told me where Buster was working for SOD, that kind of thing. Remember, so lying, man. Buster myself on the same age.
Sister on and your sister-in-law and
yeah, Buster the same age group.
Around 46 years old. Buster, okay, so what you was it?
Okay, yeah, Buster the same age. I ain't going there with you. Anyway, so if I tell you Buster's sister name and I tell you Buster nieces and nephew, you'll not believe it. So let's just forget about that one. We'll tell that one behind the scene.
Who said a man for the family tree?
Yeah, we'll tell you that one behind the scene. So this is the thing. The Liberian government, the investigators, they have been bringing names out. It's not from the media, it's from the government himself. That implicating key people close to the president, high-ranking security officers in our government. Names have come out, not from the media. The media only amplify it. The media only put it out there. Not for even the opposition. It just went out there. So for us to come here and start shifting blame. The last person that was just relieved of his position, that they say he almost close to Joseph Boakai, like a son to him, and Jojo Boakai, best friend, the one that relieved of his position, that thought that the ship came in his name, that ship whole business came in his name. He was in President Weah government serving there. Jojo Boakai himself served in President Weah government for almost 6 years. Does Joseph Boakai, it doesn't make Joseph Boakai a sedition? No. President Weah did not dismiss Unity Partisan that was in his government when he came to office. That's one of the things that had President Weah, even some sedition, were mad with him because he carried on some of Ellen Johnson's Salif project into his government, and they were there. Some of the people who were involved in drugs, they were still in his government and they were still doing those things, even though we refuse to even acknowledge that their drug business started when they on earth when Ellen Johnson Sirleaf came to office. Joe Weah inherited, now Joseph Boakai inheriting his from George Weah administration too. But it's worse. And if you guys say you guys came to actually deal with this thing, why is it that all your government officials are wrapped up in this whole thing? I thought the president should be firing now, cracking down, and doing things, even to the extent where people are, when I say close to the president door, because the president's son name was called in this whole thing. The vice president name, people names that we do not expect was called. There is now one government official of President Weah with the accusation or the lies on Finabono that you told about Maringa or leave back into the country. Now, one CDC or Jowiah government official you ever see, they said they're linking or in drug transaction.
But your brother also, before you say your brother,
my brother, you don't be talking. You're talking your own. Let me talk my own. You're talking your own. Let me talk my own.
You gotta go. I mean, you guys
your own.
Gotta the time.
So the bus stop with President Joseph Newman Boakai. Liberian people did not vote a security advisor. They did not vote other people. They voted Joseph Boakai as president to run this country. And if he cannot run this country in ways that Liberian people will be satisfied, he can just pack it low and get out.
Thank you very much. Dr. Mali?
Well, I I think I have to come to CDC rescue on one simple issue here tonight.
You always on a conversation anyway, so
If
you big
if
difference.
our argument is that the cradle of the cocaine trade was deeply rooted in the George Weah administration, then can we then agree that it started at the dying stages of the Unity Party Part 2, where cocaine was found in the presidential convoy? Could we then agree in principle that that was the origin and it later on flow over into the George Weah administration? It continue now to be an outbreak in the system. We got to think about that. And the next thing I want to bring here is that big names continue to be heard in this whole cocaine thing. So my question here now is, you think it would be practically wrong if these people are vindicated for us to know, oh yes, the police director was implicated. Somebody brought 10,000, he gave a person 2,000. It was the police director version of the story. All right. So my question now is, the issue continue to linger on because no one is being vindicated. So will it be wrong if we vindicate the vice president? Say, look, we have investigated this story, it's rumor. So the vice president is clear. I think that's what the Liberian people are asking. Or we are investigating the president's son, and we have come to the conclusion that it's not true. And the same with the rest of the big dogs. I think this is the logical conclusion a lot of people try to really talk about. You see, so it's not a name we just call, but even a name I call, the government cannot investigate itself. So since the police director were implicated, we put him aside. Saying we want to be a responsible government. The VP is accused. We put all of them aside. Let a neutral party look into this thing and tell us, oh, the people are clear. I think this is where some of the level-headed Liberians are coming from.
Thank you so much.
And lastly, the Navy issue. It's not a question of whether it was done. Are we prepared to structure the National Coast Guard right now, because we don't have a standing Navy right now? Are we prepared to do that right now? That is the challenging question to the chorus group. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm not sure
Mr. So, thank you very much. My closing is going to be very short, but I will open my closing with a serious observation here. This is a serious platform. As we speak, we have 483 individuals watching us. They take us serious. That's why they want to spend time with us. And as a board chair, I will expect that when we come on this platform, we all have to sit still. If you want to leave your chair, just put yourself out. You come back, you put yourself back on, and we'll bring you in.
Phone call, man.
Objection.
So we'll bring you in, and this is a very serious one, and because I'm gonna start enforcing it. If you come on the show and you leave your chair to go out, and we put you out, we're not bringing you back in. That will be the end of the show of the night for you. Now, this is very, Dr. Madi, let me finish. Dr. Madi, let me finish talking. Let me finish talking. This is not something. This is not something that when I want to leave the show, usually, even when I want to sneeze, I mute myself and I take myself off the camera, because we have people that are watching, and we have to make sure we have some sort of a good etiquette that goes on this platform. Now, having said that, this is just a warning to all of us. We have to make sure it's not like we those of us that come here and stay and sit down that we have steel bike. When we don't have steel bike, we get tired, And that's why most of the time my stomach is big. That's why most of the time you see me stringing around like this because I'm like,
you swallow in the neck. Is that why your stomach like that?
I ask you to make comment what happened to my stomach.
Policy to your show.
Okay. All right. I'm just saying it because. But anyway,
if the Lpr can announce,
let me just say this. Let me just say this about the video you just played, Tomofala video that you just played, Mr. So. Tomofala cannot be taken serious. Tomofala is in deep trouble. CDC don't trust him. Unity Party don't trust him.
Where's your evidence?
Now, Tomofala coming out to make these kinds of statements. This is the same man that was doing money out for election, paying people to vote for him. And he wants to sit down here and say, what if you're coming by for? You think this is the kind of thing that Unity Party will try and take from him? So I don't trust him, and I believe many Unity Party people. I'm not a Unity Party member, but I don't trust him as a Baka supporter, and I believe many Unity Party people don't trust him either. Tomofala is a goose being planted in Unity Party that by CDC, and we know it, and we'll take it from that perspective. Mr. So, good night, and you have a wonderful.
Politics that interests.
Yeah, so
politics that interests.
All right.
Yeah, but the other chicken, how do you call it? The other chicken air calling itself goose air with golden air, and we're not gonna take it.
So I will have this when show ends. When you finish with your last word, it is the moderator that takes charge, and you do not come and relegate another conversation. Moving forward.
What kind of rule you come? What kind of dictatorship?
I agree with you, Theo. Moving forward, if it happens, you will be expelled.
What kind of rule? Look, I'm the board. I'm serious about this. It's going to be enforced, Mr. So.
Yeah, as a board chair, can you stop using the platform to exhibit your dictatorship? Because the platform is
you the one always. You see, okay, but look at it. You see that this is intellectually dishonesty on your part, Mr. Carter. You come on here when something happened to your show. For example, if something happened, or you're in a noisy background, you always take yourself off. And when I suggest that, why you want to call it something else? Because
you're a lawbreaker. You can't be the one to be taught. The CEO is the only independent person here that can do that.
Yeah.
I can see that's here. I will teach her. My dictatorship will teach her.
Most of your law are not on paper. So they cannot be accepted or respected. Not on paper.
You need to be tutor. We try to babysit you. You want to come babysit people? People 4 or 5 gallon whole night on Sunday. That is go beyond. Don't go grab go time.
I thought you were going to talk about what's going on in Grand Jida. That's an issue too. The land, the people, cocoa land.
But that cocoa land, Terry, I will send you a link. We don't even have to say anything about it. Next year, the EU are banning cocoa coming from the rainforest. Wow. And they are making it clear. They made it they sent somebody from EU, went straight to Grand Jida to do an investigation. The videos are there. I sent it out in the Grand Jida chat room the last time. I said, okay, y'all wait and see.
Mr. Toba, what's
going to be a huge
one? It's going to be huge. From,
because there are a lot of cocoa, there are a lot of business cocoa.
All the resignation from CC hierarchy.
Don't listen to Lpr on the issue here. Go do your research. All right? The Boginabi, they own a legal agreement in our place there. Legal. Is documented.
Yeah, I heard that they got documents on doing cocoa business too.
The EC will not jump from where Europe, part by our justice minister, part by the president, go join in our forest there. Don't listen to Lpr.
Terry, they were drugs. Terry, the drugs wearing Kosu, wearing Ghana Lapa in the town there. You're not talking about it. Oh, and they want to do this, and we're making progress. What kind of progress? What kind of progress? Other men wear cheap Boswan Suya for
you guys did not see the lady who the opposition said she was let out of prison.
You see,
Did you guys see that she was finally sentenced today for 5 years for trafficking drugs that worth
It's possible that woman it could be sleeping to somebody.
Terry.
But anyway, let's forget about our
Terry.
Yeah.
I just put something up, but it says I just put something up.
Yeah,
I was saying you the link. Let me.
I saw it.
Okay, but I was saying you. Let me. Mr. So, please, 1 minute, if you don't mind, please. Let me share this quickly. Just it's only gonna
Terry,
be a
please
minute.
call me after the show, yeah?
It's only gonna be a minute.
Yeah, but that will be in an hour because I got to go do something right now.
Problem.
Terry, you see this?
Yeah.
You see this? What does it say?
Wildlife forest vanishing in the southeast Liberia.
But go farther than this. He had a man talking all kind of thought that way. Look at what they say about Granky there. You see these things?
No, you're good night, man.
No, hold on, Mr. So.
So the show finished.
No, the show ain't finished yet.
Now you okay. You see. So now you running the show before the show not finished yet?
Terry, don't listen to Dr. Bale. Every day, the new rule,
Baba, go drink your juice. All right, for you even labor rule, you want can't make rules here too. What kind of man is this? The thing you're not able to take care, you're giving a hard time talking about it, and you want to be changing topic all day. All right, guys, I want to thank you so much for your time. And John and Liberal tomorrow is just going to be another hell on earth because he's going to be coming with Terry. And then Clarence David is going to be on the other side to be this extended supportive guy. They're going to talk their tap tomorrow again. Have a pleasant night. Thank you so much for your time. And by God's will, we're going to be back here not tomorrow night or Friday, because Friday I have a function to cover, so meaning I will not be available. But thank you so much. Have a pleasant evening. Bye-bye.